I'm so glad that honorable mentions are a thing because I was struggling to just do 5 manga that I am most excited to be releasing in the month of May. Hello friends, happy Wednesday. So very excited that you're here. So excited for our monthly prompt that I do of sharing my most anticipated releases of that month. And I feel like there is a bunch of things coming out in May, but surprisingly, I'm really excited for a lot of the sequels of books that I've already read. A lot of volume 1s came out, February, March? I mean, we've had a lot of volume 1s, but I feel like there was a month where I just had so many volume 1s, and now those sequels are releasing, and I am so excited to continue these series. So you won't find any volume 1s here today, though for the first one, it's a volume 7, and that's volume 7 of Though I Am an Inept Villainess. I got hooked on this series earlier this year. I did a video review, I think it was during the month of February. I was overjoyed to see on the Shoujo calendar because yes, I use it for myself as well, and seeing we're getting a new volume. Oh my goodness, I have loved every volume, but this volume, I feel like near the end, there are some really high stakes. It's the first time that we're really seeing in Rayren where she's not having this attitude of, pep up and go. She wasn't having that. And we really see a point where she is second guessing herself and just questioning the situation, questioning words that she has said in the past and realizing she really didn't mean it. And she's ultimately struggling. And poor Kagetsu has been struggling almost every volume, but with this latest arc and the things happening, I really feel like she is struggling. And there are people who know things about what's happening, creating more stakes, not just for Kagetsu, but for both of our girls. And the romance, I should say, I love that one scene, and I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but things are gonna go down, and it's not gonna be pretty, even if I will be excited for it. So I really cannot wait to see all of what's gonna happen. I really hope, though, that things that are happening in this village specifically, that Rayren and her brother, that they can find a cure, a solution, something to help these villagers that are being affected by what's happening, because it's really grave and very dangerous. Again, there's just so many stakes when it comes to politics, to the romance, to Rayren as an individual and Kagetsu as well, and just this village that they have been staying in. I am very excited to continue this series and see what's going to happen next. For number 2, I'm pretty sure it was the month of February because I'm pretty positive that's when I read Inept Villainess. And honestly, that month, I really struggled. And I asked you guys, I was like, when it comes to choosing a favorite read, would you choose the read or the story, series, whatever, that you could not stop thinking about, that put you in a reading slump? Or would you choose a series or volume or whatever that really spoke to you, that gave you this high, so to speak, where you felt you were on cloud 9, that everything was absolute perfection? Both of them are favorite reads for different reasons, but choosing just one for the sake of my graphic and for my video next year talking about what was my favorite read of 2025, I can only choose one. And I feel a little bad because the contender, the other series that I just thought was so good, was Choking on Love Volume 1. Choking on Love Volume 2 releases this month, and I am so excited to be back with these characters. I have nothing bad to say about Volume 1. Nothing. It was perfection every single way. It lived up to the hype. It even exceeded the hype because this was one of the very few volumes that I decided to go in sort of blind. I didn't read a first chapter, I don't think, beforehand. I mean, I had seen like minor spoilers online because I follow the magazine that serializes in, but I hadn't really seen anything major. I knew briefly about those between musician and artist, or graphic designer, but again, just as a whole, this series, I just was like, I'm gonna trust the hype and I'm gonna trust that I'll love it, and I loved it. It would have been my favorite read if I didn't choose Inept Villainess in the end. Still, number 2 favorite read of that month. So I am excited to be back with these characters. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen in Volume 2, what shenanigans are gonna unfold, because their romance is anything but predictable. I love how, not refreshing, I don't know what the word is, I think it's just a lot of fun, honestly. The series doesn't feel like overly deep or anything, but I loved our female lead so much. I really related to her and not wanting to sort of branch out due to the fear of the unknown, of trying something different and how hard that is, and then meeting this guy who is all for trying different and new things. I really love that clash of personalities or characters, though not in a negative way. Though there does seem there's going to be an interloper who comes on the scene and may cause problems. But I'm like, please, adios. Like, we don't want you here. No disrespect against him. He might be a great character, but he's not the character that I want to see in volume 2. I want to see that romance continue to bloom and unfold and just see what fun shenanigans are going to happen between them, whether that is on purpose or whether that's on accident. Though I feel like with our male lead, it's probably going to be purposeful, but our poor girls is going to be sort of strung along, but they're very respectful of each other's boundaries. For the most part, I mean, I feel like our male lead doesn't really know the term of boundary or the space, like being in somebody's bubble, but it creates some good humor, and I really, really, really loved it. I hope that I love volume 2 just as much as I did volume 1. I will confess I do have some really high expectations, and I hope that those expectations are definitely met. For number 3, I did a first impression on this volume, and I was so shocked of how much I loved it, and that is the Two Perfect Sage, and I'll leave the link here if you want to check out the first impression. Volume 2 is on my most anticipated list. I loved volume 1, though at the beginning of volume 1, I was really nervous. Our girl here is being put through the ringer. Her parents, her family is awful, except for her sister, and that's ultimately why, well, I mean, not ultimately, but one of the big reasons I really loved that first volume, because of the sisterly friendship. We had some positive, good sister relationship here. Why is that so rare in manga these days? It feels like you just don't get that. You get two sisters at odd, there's always one that's being, and yes, we do see that our female lead is consistently being put down by her family while her sister is raised up by her parents, but her sister herself, really, they love each other so much. They love each other so much, and I deeply adored that, love that. I hope that continues into volume 2, especially when you think about the end of volume 1 and where it left and how the sister finds out things about our female girl, about our female lead, and is like, I'm not okay with some information that she has learned. I'm like, good, but I'm a little worried of what exactly is going to unfold. I am not watching the anime. I've heard very good things about it, but I want it to be manga only for this for right now, because I knew if I watched the anime, I wouldn't stay up to date with the manga, and I wanted to definitely stay with the manga. I really love just how many people in this new country, when our female lead goes there, and how they just poured love into her. I really, really love seeing that. It was a really touching read, and so I'm excited to see what is going to happen next. I don't really know where the series is going to go. I'm definitely on board though for the sister come and doing what she got to do to make sure everything's okay for the female lead, and hopefully them reuniting at some point. I doubt it's going to be in volume 2, but I really hope that that sisterly bond though is at least highlighted, because I want to see more of that so desperately. And if you know of any like shoujo manga that really have this great sister relationship, do not hesitate to let me know, because I feel like out of anything that I am just done with the latest tropes, it's that I'm tired of these horrible sister relationships. I can handle repetitive stories that have similar like plot lines and stuff. I can handle that. That's fine, because each creator does something new and I'm like, I'm good, but I can't handle this trope. I can't handle it. Anyway, sorry, that was a minor tangent rant aside. I cannot wait to see where volume 1 goes. I'm trying to remember where it like specifically ended, because her expressions are just something that I feel like are interesting, because she just can't comprehend this kindness being shown to her. And that's what's so sad in the first part of this volume, because it's like, girl, you deserve to have happiness. You are helping your country. For your country to sell you off to another one, there's a lot of feelings there. So I hope that volume 2 is not as sad as the beginning of volume 1 was, and I really hope that there's some continued love being poured into our female lead, again, that we see her sister, and that just lots of great things are going to unfold and be in store for her. For number 4, I'm so excited for this one as well. It's a shorter series, and I took a chance on it because, I don't know, it just looked cute, and that is Home Sweet Home Volume 1, and Volume 2 comes out this month, and I am so excited. Volume 1 really surprised me. I loved it so much. There's nothing groundbreaking about this series. It was just a really lighthearted and very fun read. I enjoyed my time deeply with these characters, and I have been waiting impatiently to read more of this romance. It's blooming, but we're not really sure if it's blooming, but it seems like it is. Of course, there's gonna be an interloper, like we know this for certain, that comes in at the end, and I'm like, okay, you don't have a chance. I know that. I just know that you don't, but I hope that doesn't cause too much problems for our leads. And I just say, I love this cover so much. I love that green, and it's a 3-volume series, so I feel like the drama in it should not be too long long or too overextended. I feel like, yeah, there's going to be problems or issues that come up, but it's going to be addressed. And I did feel like when there was like lack of miscommunication, or excuse me, the lack of communication and then miscommunication in volume 1, that shortly after it, like that issue is addressed and it's resolved. And I did really appreciate that, because I'm like, okay, lack of communication and all of that, that is a normal part of everyday life. I don't mind seeing that too much, but when it's really extended for like several volumes, it's very hard for me to get on board with that, because I'm like, please, again, we see that in everyday life. I don't need my fiction to mimic reality. Like, you could give me some unrealism here. I don't mind that at all. And so that was one thing I appreciated. I mean, and also that was quite chunky. It was quite chunky. I really enjoyed it. So I'm just looking forward to being back with these characters, having a fun time, hopefully, seeing some really fun expressions, because our female lead, Momi, right here, her expressions were gold. I love her friendship with her friend and just how they had a fun time, how they were sort of like, oh, maybe he likes you because these two are roommates, through a very funny situation because they both thought they were the opposite gender. Or no, the guy did. The guy knew she was a girl, but he's like, I figured there wouldn't be anything to worry about because her father sent him and his father a really bad photo of her, and she was just so embarrassed. I felt so bad for her. So this is just a really fun story, and I'm looking forward to the fun shenanigans that unfold. Looking forward to seeing that romance really be established, because we definitely know our female lead has feelings for our guy, but I'm like, does he have feelings also for her? Like, it definitely seems like he does, but nothing has really been confirmed from what I can recall and remember, and so I want to see that confirmation. I want to see the ship sail, and hopefully in volume 2, that it definitely will. Hopefully it won't wait till the end of volume 2 where we get that confirmation, you know what I mean? Though I'll still begin volume 3, unless like volume 2 is really bad, but I don't foresee it being that way, and just looking forward to reading more. For number 5, I really struggled with what to choose. There were 2 different volumes, and when I really thought about it, I was like, I'm so excited for volume 3 in this series, and that is Diary of a Female Lead. Volume 3 comes out, and I'm so excited. I love how it has yellow, by the way. Love when we have yellow and orange covers, because I feel like it's so underrated, so it makes my heart happy to see it. But when I was making my list, I just kept coming back to this series, and I was like, man, I have loved volume 1. I have a first impression if you'd like to check it out. I thought it was just wonderful. It really shows and highlights how beautiful shoujo manga is, and how shoujo manga impacts, it could change and transform our lives. I love that message very deeply. And volume 2 doesn't have that message quite as profound, but I still really love the characters so much. Aoi and Sana, like, they're fantastic, and I'm really rooting for them. And so the end of volume 2, like when I was going through the volume again, just to sort of give myself a refresher of like, which one am I really excited for? I mean, I'm excited for both, but like to mention in the top 5 here, I just felt it was easily Diary of a Female Lead. I can't wait to see what happens, because I feel like they have such a sweet romance between them that's blooming, and obviously we're seeing, well, I should say obviously, I feel like it was obvious that that the signs were there that he is feeling something for Aoi, but she wasn't quite seeing that just yet, and she still doesn't, but I feel like now she's seeing that she may have feelings for him, and I'm totally here for it. It's just a feel-good, fluffy kind of story that I just find really wholesome and really sweet, and I love all the shenanigans in this one as well, and I'm really excited to see, because they're gonna be at the beach, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, what is gonna happen here? Didn't expect to get a beach event so early in the manga series, but oh my goodness, I really hope that it pushes those feelings forward, that those feelings are out there and they are made known. And it's gonna be hard, because in volume 1, Aoi's brothers, like, you guys can never date. Be friends, sure, but you can never date because I'll be jealous and I want Sana to myself. And I'm like, well, we're putting that out there, so of course it's gonna cause some problems in the future. And so I hope that it truly doesn't cause too much problems, because it's very obvious that the mother here of these two loves Sana very much, and I love how he just sort of just goes with whatever she asks of him, and that's exactly what's happening here at the beach. And I cannot wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see what happens. This series has been such a gem and a really wonderful surprise. A friend of mine recommended it, said that she loved it, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go get it because she recommended glasses, and I love that. And so I have just really enjoyed this, and I'm very excited to have a new volume in our hands. But for the honorable mention that I was really struggling with, I'm saying volume 2 of It Takes More Than a Pretty Face to Fall in Love. I love volume 1. I did a first impression of this manga with, I think, the 2 Perfect Saint, so I can't leave a link in the corner, but just check out one of those his videos. Oh, and it was so good. I was rereading it again this morning and I was like, oh, this is so cute. This is so cute. So I really love the ending and I love the manga, but I just think of when it came to the ones that I would say my top 5, I really just felt Diary of a Female Lead was a little bit higher, but I was so excited for both, especially with that ending of Light 1. Like, oh my goodness, I have just really enjoyed this and I'm so excited. We finally got it in print. I have wanted it for such a long time and it has really lived up to the hype. I love our leads. I love all the swoon moments that were happening. I think it's just going to be a really fun time. And there's definitely gonna be a lot more like photo taking. I feel like a lot more blushy faces and just a lot of cute moments. And I'm here, I'm seated, and really hope it continues to be really amazing. I love the covers a lot for this series. I mean, that's not just why I like it and not just buying it for the covers, but the covers are definitely an added perk and an added bonus, I feel like. But yeah, I just can't wait. And I just can't wait for all of these. There's so much excitement for these and I'm so excited that we're getting new volumes and I hope that I love all of them. And again, that they live up to that excitement, to that anticipation, because I am anticipating these. Like, I've been looking forward to these for so long and I'm like, that time is about to be here. But I would love to hear from you, friends. What are some manga or manhwa that you're really excited, looking forward to releasing this month, that you're like, if I can't get anything but 1 or 2 things, this series would be it? Let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!